Magnet Thatcher. And it's good to see you safe. And you, Magnet Thatcher, thank you so much for helping me get out of here. It's all in a day's work. So what's going on, Helena? Why are all these people here? This, Magnet Thatcher, is the Ardoon Resistance. The Ardoon Resistance? Yes, it all started when you told me about the truth from the king. I realised it would take more than just us two to overthrow him, so I started to find allies for us. I see. When are you planning on telling me? Well, I knew you were busy infiltrating the mourners, so I didn't want to trouble you until we were all set up. We're just about there now, though. So this is how you could end up in prison. It is. It happened while I was trying to gather more support for us. I was trying to convince some people the truth behind the plague, but they didn't believe me. They reported me and I was arrested not long after. But you've clearly been quite busy. I've also made some progress since we last spoke. With the mourners, what did you find out? The mourners have been searching for a temple under West Ardoon. There's an altar there that they want to use to summon the Dark Lord. That doesn't sound good at all. Don't worry, I restored the safeguards on the temple so they shouldn't be able to get in. Ah, that's good to hear. Do you think we're safe now? For now, but we can't rule out that King Lathas and Lord Iorwerth find another way. Well, we can't do anything about Lord Iorwerth. Your elf friends will have to sort him out. But if we get our way, Lathas might not be king for much longer. So what's your plan? You've met Councillor Halgreave before, right? He's helping us put a plan together.
Good to see you, Magnet Thatcher. Allow me to run you through what we have so far. So, unluckily for us, the king has total control over the paladins and the knights of Ardoon. With them, he has a large army at his disposal. One we cannot hope to stand against.
But you're a councillor, can't you do anything about that?
The council serves the king, I'm afraid. We can't overrule his decisions, nor can we take power from him. What we can do, however, is step in if the king becomes unfit for rule.
The king is a traitor, surely that's enough reason.
It is, but right now it's our word against his. And as you've already seen with Eleanor, he is keen to keep us silent.
Before I was arrested, we'd hoped to gather enough support among the people to be able to peacefully remove the king from power. Sadly, we've not been able to convince many of them.
It's no surprise, really. The king has created a clever lie with the plague, one that's easy for people to believe.
Councillor Halgreave has come up with an alternative way to gather support. I can't pretend I totally approve of it, but it seems to be our only option.
We need people to see the king for what he really is. They're clearly not going to believe us when it comes to the plague, so we'll have to resort to some dirtier tactics. When Eleanor told me about how you freed her from the prison, it gave me an idea. With your disguise, you can appear to be working directly for the king. Any actions you perform in that disguise will seem like they were ordered by him.
I see where this is going. If I upset people while dressed as a Knight of Ardoon, they'll blame the king.
And once they're upset, they'll be far more likely to believe what we have to say.
You can probably see why I'm not a fan now. If we're to remove the king, it should mark a new start for Ardoon. But if that's all built on a lie, are we better than the king himself? It's not good, but it might be our only option.
I agree. I fear the danger of inaction could harm the people far more than a few small lies.
You're right. It just makes me feel uncomfortable, all of this.
So, Magnet Thatcher, are you willing to help us?
Yep. Let's do it. I am.
Excellent. Let's get to work then. Wear your Knight of Ardoon disguise and use it to turn people against the king in East Ardoon.
You want to build support in our West Ardoon as well, but the knights aren't allowed here. You can use your mourner disguise instead, though.
As you turn people against the king, we'll be on hand to convince them of our cause. If we aim to recruit 80 people from across both parts of Ardoon, we should have quite the army.
What sort of thing should I do?
Anything that upsets people, really. I suspect some of the others here will have a few suggestions for you. Just keep an eye out for suitable opportunities.
I'll keep track of how many people were recruited. Just let me know if you need an update. Right, I better get started then. Good luck. Hey Jethek, got any ideas how to increase hatred for the king?
An increase in taxes should definitely cause some anger, especially if it seems that the king is making personal gain. No one likes the idea of the rich getting richer.
Good thinking. What's the best way to spread that sort of news?
You could target the citizens themselves, but that would be slow going. I'd recommend going for the shopkeepers instead. That will impact more people in less time.
Great, thanks for the help. Oh, Mart. Hey, do you know any of ways I can cause anger at the king? We did have an idea. With the plague, lots of people are worried for their health. We could take advantage of that. There's not many doctors and nurses around here. You've got a nurse Sarah in West Ardoon and Dr. Arbon in East Ardoon, but that's about it. Imagine if the king made a new law stating that all doctors and nurses in Ardoon had to retrain. They'd be out of action for months. People like that at all. Thanks, both. Carla! I bet people would be pretty angry if they had their food taken away. You could burn the food stores in West Ardoon and claim it's to protect people from the plague. Won't people be willing to accept that, though, if they think it's preventing the plague spreading? Some will, but don't forget that it was the authorities that supplied the food in the first place. People will soon be angry if they think that's enough care is being taken with the food. I see, that does make sense. I wonder if I can do something similar in East Ardoon as well. Okay. Taxes, food, and stuff. Doon, 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 doon. Set fire to the food store. What do you think you're doing? The king has orders to burn this food. It could be contaminated with the plague. But that food is for the people. Without it, they will starve. Sorry, just doing my job. A lot of people are going to be angry about this. I'm here to tell you about some new taxes. Taxes? Look at this place. Do you think I can afford to pay any more taxes? Fighting the plague isn't cheap. The money needs to come from somewhere. As if living in the city couldn't get any worse. Where am I going to find the money? That's for you to work out. The first payment is to be collected soon. Oh, yeah. Gotta set fire on all the food, eh? Boom, chicka boom. Boom, chicka. What are you doing? The people need that food. Sorry, but we have reason to believe the food is contaminated. This is for good for everyone. But people will starve. I'm just doing my job. You should take it up with the king if you don't like it. I have orders from the king for you. Orders? Yes, the king is concerned about the plague spreading into East Ardoon. He has ordered that all doctors and nurses retrain to ensure they are capable of dealing with the plague. But I won't have time to retrain. The people here need me. Who will help them if I'm gone? I'm sure the king considered all of that before making his decision. Well, he may be the king, but he clearly doesn't have a clue about health. This could be disastrous for the city. You're burning our food! We need that food! We believe the food is contaminated with the plague. This is for your own safety. We'll starve without it though. You can't do this! I already have. I'll make sure everyone hears about this. Talk to Chadwell. Good day, what can I get you? Let me tell you about some new taxes, actually. New taxes? What are you talking about? The plague isn't easy to contain. New funds are needed to help the effort.
But I barely make any money here. I can't afford to pay new taxes.
Sorry, but the king himself gave the order. The first payment is due soon.
The people who allowed us to continue.
Okay, now we go to the west. Go west!
Silver. Best prices for buying and selling and kindering.
Let's tell you about some new taxes.
New taxes? What are you on about?
The king has called for a tax on luxury items. Your stall is included.
Well, this is unacceptable. I will have to increase my prices. I've produced silver for the king himself before, but don't expect me to do that again.
As you wish, but you'll need to pay. Your first installment will be collected soon.
Good day to you. Would you like some nicely fresh baked bread, or perhaps a piece of cake?
Let me tell you about some new taxes.
What are you on about, new taxes?
The plague isn't cheap to combat. The king has decreed that new taxes be introduced to help with the funding.
I appreciate the need to combat the plague, but this is a very foolish move. My food feeds a lot of people. They'll be furious to hear about this.
Better than getting the plague, though. Your first payment is due soon, so you better be ready. Two bakers. Good day to you. Would you let me tell you about taxes. New taxes? What's new taxes? The king has ordered that new taxes be introduced to help fight against the plague.
The food I provide helps to feed this city. The people won't be happy when I have to increase my prices.
Sorry, it's needed though. The first payment is due soon. Make sure you're ready.
Here, look at my lovely gems.
I'm here to tell you about some taxes.
What new taxes?
The king has called for a tax on all luxury items like the ones you sell.
But the king is one of the biggest customers. I hope he realizes that I have to increase my prices, and he won't be exempt from that.
I'm sure the king has good reasons. I will return to collect your first payment soon.
Would you like to trade in fur?
No, I want to talk to you about some taxes.
What new taxes?
By order of the king, all market stalls are to be taxed to help fund this Newcastle market.
This Newcastle market? So he's taxing us to help him set up a competing market? This is outrageous.
Well, he's the king, so he can do what he wants. Your first payment will be collected soon.
Are you interested in buying or selling spice?
I'm here to tell you about some taxes.
What are you on about?
Taxes on all market stalls. It's to help fund a new market at the castle.
A new market could put me out of business. Why should I help fund it?
Because it's the law. Refusing to pay is treason. Your first payment is due soon, so I suggest you prepare for it.
I'll make sure the people hear about this. I buy silk. If you ever want to sell any silk, bring it here.
I'm here to tell you about some taxes.
New taxes? What new taxes?
Taxes on small market stalls. The order comes from the king himself.
Well, I'll need to pay up my prices. A lot of people won't be happy about this.
Probably not, but they'll just have to live with it. These taxes are needed for the good of the city. Someone will come to collect the tax from you soon.
Don't forget to check out the latest news. Hello, citizen.
Could you help me tell the people about some new taxes?
New taxes? You know that people won't be happy about that, right?
I know, it's the king's orders though. The castle is in need of repairs and more funds are required.
As you wish, I'll make sure the people know. Just know that I'll be sending them the right way to their king if they get angry.
Hello there. I sell plate mail bodies. Are you interested? I'm here to tell you about the taxes, mate. I'm already paying my taxes, though. These are new ones. They're to help pay for the king's upcoming visit to Great Korend. But I don't see why. I have to pay for that. If the king can't afford the trip, then maybe he shouldn't be going. It's an important diplomatic trip, I'm afraid, so it has to go ahead. The first payment will be collected soon.
Hello, welcome to the Gillinor Housing Agency. What can I do for you?
I'm here to tell you about taxes.
But the Gillinor Housing Agency doesn't pay taxes here. It's part of our business agreement with the king.
These taxes are not included in that agreement. They're new emergency taxes relating to the plague.
Well, this is just no good. If the king does not intend to honour our arrangement with us, we may well take our business elsewhere.
You can do that, but while you're in Ardoon, you must pay the tax. The first payment will be due soon.
So many people in this city.
Welcome to the Pet Insurance Bureau. How can I help you?
I'm here to tell you about some new taxes.
What are you on about? I already pay my taxes.
The king has ordered some new taxes to help fund the extensive collection of gnomish ornaments. Everyone has to contribute.
Gnomish ornaments? Why can't the king pay for his own ornaments? He's got enough money as it is.
The law's already been passed, so it's not up for debate. Your first payment is expected soon.
I'll make sure people hear about this.
I'm here to tell you about the taxes.
New taxes? What new taxes?
Castle is in dire need of repairs. The taxes are to help fund that. They've been ordered by the king himself.
Ordered by the king? This is preposterous. We'll have to increase our prices to afford this. The people will be furious.
Sorry, but rules are rules. The first payment is due soon, so make sure you're ready.
Peace be with you, friend.
I'm here to tell you about some new taxes.
Taxes? But this is a holy church of Saradomin. We are exempt from taxes.
More funding is needed to hold back the plague. The church needs to help as well.
We'll need to be using the donations from the congregation. We were hoping to use that money to build an orphanage for those who lost their parents to the plague.
Sorry, but the king has given the order. The first payment is due soon. There should be enough people recruited. I better go talk to Eleanor now.
Welcome back, Magnet Thatcher, and good work out there. Thanks to you, we now have a force that can stand up to Lathis and his armies. Now comes the difficult part, though. Before we move against the king, we need to deal with his allies, the Mourners.
How do we do that?
We now significantly outnumber the Mourners. We should be able to drive them out of the city. The main focus will be their headquarters. Without their leadership, they'll soon retreat.
We have the numbers, but the Mourners are better trained and better equipped. You should make sure you're ready before we begin. There will be bloodshed on both sides. Are you sure you're okay with this, Helena? I don't like it, but I know it's the only way. I appreciate the concern, though. Thank you, friend.
Are you ready to begin, Magnet Thatcher?
You're about to begin the Battle of Restadoon. Any item left in the battle, including upon death, will be lost. I need to prepare. So, let's go to the bank. Is there a bank in East Stardew?